So let's get more specific here, because all of you want to go to Congress, and that's essentially where you'd be taking votes, as Representative Baxter pointed out. 3 times in the last 9 years, Republican-controlled Congresses have passed the Pain-Capable Unborn Child Protection Act, known as Micah's Law, which is a federal abortion ban at the 20-week level of gestation. This is very likely, of course, to come back before the Congress again if Republicans take power in November. So by a show of hands, who would vote yes on Micah's Law in Congress?
I'm not sure I understand completely.
That's a 20-week abortion ban that Republican Congresses have passed 3 times since 2013.
Adam, I think it's important to add context, and if you don't mind, for important reason, because we need to see what's going to pass constitutional muster as well. And so with the Supreme Court
this has passed Congress 3 times, and we know that legislation often comes back. So the Congress has agreed that it backs this already.
But it's important to balance that out also with constitutional
muster. Do you support it, yes or no?
Well, if it passes constitutional muster,
the Supreme Court has said that the people, through their representatives, can choose. So you'll be the representative.
Adam, I know the press likes to make these
the
things
lobbyist
yes or no
is giving
questions.
his spin now.
No,
Just answer the question.
Look, I know the
Are you
press
gonna
likes
vote
to
for
make
it or
yes or no questions, but what's important is actually looking at this on the merits of the law. And if it's going to pass constitutional muster, as someone who's pro-life, I'm going to look at it and consider it. If it's not going to pass constitutional muster, though, because
that's
of the
so for the record, you're not
going
to take a position. The only one on the stage who raised their hand was Representative Baxter. Okay.
Yeah, and let me add something for a sec. Everyone's talking about the New Hampshire law and different things that they say. Caroline ran around for 12 months saying she's 100% pro-life, and on a dime she flipped. She's not going to vote pro-life in Congress. Gail has said she was pro-choice and pro-life. Russell voted for Planned Parenthood money, and then Matt's trying to give his lobbyist speak and spin the question. I'm pro-life. We need people that aren't going to give political answers on this, that will fight back. This is not the issue to politicize.
Okay, you've all been invoked, so we'll start 30 seconds with 30 seconds with Caroline.
I gave a personal one.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I am pro-life, Tim, and I have been very vocal about that, and I also have been vocal about the fact that I agree with the Supreme Court's decision in this case. I'm also the only candidate in this race that has been publicly calling out Chris Pappas and the Democrats for their egregious lies on this issue. They are saying that every woman in this state is going to have our health and our safety and our rights threatened because of the Supreme Court's decision. That's absolutely not true. This ensures we have a greater voice at the state and local level. I will always champion life. I've had the privilege of touring pregnancy centers in this district, and we need to ensure a culture of life for young women across the state who feel threatened by the Democrats' disgusting messaging.
Gail, 30 seconds.
No, I would just like to say that I've been very clear about my feelings, very, very clear about my feelings and where I stand. I have never said I'm pro-life or pro-choice, because you know what those are? Those are terms that politicians put out in front of everyone, along with the media, to divide. I'm not going to be divided on that. My uterus is not for sale. Never was, never will be.
Councilor Prescott.
Thank you. Planned Parenthood was mentioned. I've already have a record. There's the only one here having a record of fighting for pro-life issues. And you can see it in my New Hampshire State Senate record. I'll also answer any question about that to any questionnaires. I'm the only person that has answered questionnaires. The point is that, I forgot my train of thought. The point is that we need to stop being divisive in this stage and in this arena. Negative campaigning is not what's going to draw us together and win against Chris Pappas. That's my vision. That's what I've done for 10 years straight, 5 years in being elected by independents.
That's time.